to die here, and I'm back playing the Outer Worlds. I wanted to play Borderlands 3 with my boyfriend, but he's on World War Z, so I decided just to play this myself. And when you get out of the ship, it's where it didn't film when I got out. It cut off my broadcast because my boyfriend went on my profile to download a game, and I told him like a million times to let me know. But it's okay because, I mean, the beauty of, you know, basically... Hold up. Sorry about that. Like, I didn't realize the wires, the headphones would mess up. The beauty is that it actually let me go back in and save my game when he was done putting it to download. It's just where, you know, like, it's better if he had told me. Okay, anyway, what I was gonna say is you basically have to shoot the lieutenant and everybody, and I already killed her and killed the other one, and I'm about to look at what we picked up from them, and that's a light assault rifle. Huh, what do I want to have? Like, I don't know if I want to... do I really want the staff? We're gonna unequip the staff, and we're going to put the assault rifle there. So, pistol, assault rifle. I'm gonna use the assault rifle. Hold up. Let me, like, better do my weapons. So, hold up. Oh, what? So it's not gonna let me. So I want my pistol to be the last weapons to do. Okay, so we're gonna do... There we go. Anyway, that's how I want the setup right now. So we're gonna have to go there. And did we get any other armor from them? I mean, basically we can just like them. I don't really like it. I like this one better. That one looks better to me, in my opinion. I was just wanted to know what she looked like, so we're about to go to this other area. I'm not healing myself yet because, I mean, it's not that down my health for me to really heal myself in. Hold up. Is that a person? So we're gonna go smooth in here. You at... Like, seriously, dude. See you walking. Ha! Okay. Gonna take all. I mean, I don't know what. There's a third one. Where's the third body at? Like, seriously. Did I go over his body? Oh, that was the surprise. Is it? Is it? What's it called? Okay. So no, whatever. They're not the ones I killed. Because those are marauders. So the marauders kill these people. Damn, they kill these poor people? Oh, that's so sad. You little fuckers. Fuck you. Whatever. We're gonna go through here. It's so beautiful. Look at this world. It's so freaking stunning. Oh my god, that is like such a beautiful view. That is so beautiful. Okay. So my assault rifle, I do not have any ammo for it apparently. Oh, this is a graveyard. Excuse me, Dad.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
Not my problem.
Just passing you a fair warning is all. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
I won. Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Harthorne, captain of the Unreliable.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
I'm looking to make a little money while I'm here.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Okay.
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Alright, I'll collect your fees for you.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Where can I find these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
There was something else I wanted to ask you.
Yeah?
The cell must be in pretty bad shape if it's keeping you employed.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
How long have you been a junior in humor, gravedigger, whatever?
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
You lose a lot of people to some marauders.
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after, loot?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Thanks for your time.
Huh? What? I wasn't dozing off.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, before I go in there, is there like anything here I can like steal? Oh, I discovered a cemetery. Ooh. I mean, it's a cemetery, so there's probably nothing, but we're still just gonna like look around. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? Okay. Whatever. We're gonna go back. Okay, so let's see. Can we just talk to people? Who are you?
They start asking you for some medicine. Come tell me. I'll set them straight. Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Asking him if he wants to play Borderlands 3 with me, and he's like, sure. I'm just gonna be a bitch. I go where I want.
Hey, keep it down. That kind of talk's bound to put sights on the both of us. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
You make it sound like I'm being watched.
The walls talk, is all. We all got sights on each other. Any of us breaks company protocol, boss is gonna hear about it from 6 different mouths. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
Medical 5, I got some training. I guess take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
I'll leave you be.
What do you think you're doing? I don't have time for this.
Like, how did you see me, bitch? Little bitch. Give me all this.
What was that? Take him down! I'm out! Reloading!
What happened? He's shooting.
Drop them all! And
Whoa.
stay down, miscreant!
Okay. Who did you just kill, lady? Are you dead?
Waste of company ammo! Fine bounty.
Okay, let's look at the other stuff we picked up. That looks horrible. Oh, that looks okay. Oh, so that's the outfit. Huh. Yeah, sure, why not? Don't want to look like a marauder. Oh, they were killing these? Really? Use... Whatever, lady. Ooh, a barber sharp. Go in here. Let's talk to you.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
No, shut up,
Physical
bitch.
hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the Vicar take a look inside your head.
I could take a look inside your head, bitch.
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Celeste sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
I don't understand a word you said.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Letter from Phyllis. Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer Choice property. Eugene was an asset, and somebody has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us, so I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of goat teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You are processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We'll sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet. Use the bills to pay his body price, and nobody the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Okay. Look around. Stealing a whole bunch of shit. Okay.
What can I do for you?
You sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
I'm guessing you were trained at a medical school.
Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer. Brochures 1 through 5. Courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis. I'm a mind reader.
You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Ask forgiveness from the vicar later.
The good Vicar Maximilian and I have never quite seen eye to eye, but your point is well taken. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Goodbye.
latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making her...
I don't know you. Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Something going on here that I should know about?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
Fine by me. Let's see what's on tap.
Coming right up.
Merchant skill. Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. Okay. I want to sell this, and 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 this. I don't want you, or you, you. Whatever, lady. Oh, that's the light.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? Oh, my mistake.
I don't know why the fuck y'all noticed me stealing. This is like the bathroom. Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice. Coming right up.
Okay, whatever. Oh. I'm just leaving doors open, so better help me know where the fuck I've been.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
I need to fix this ship. You know where I can find parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
I've got some questions.
Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the Vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here. Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
That doesn't make any sense.
Spend enough time in the Spacer's Choice family, and you will come to understand. Medical
That you're
treatment
all
is
fucked
commensurate
up in
with
the
our
head.
value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
And if you don't work hard
Then the
enough,
hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded. Music to my ears.
light machine gun. Value. Hell no. Why are you washing me, ho? I'm gonna have to come in here later. I'm gonna steal the money.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
It was in here. The church.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm looking for a power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
I've been outside. I'm not that impressed, and I can handle myself better than a vicar.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I need I need to know a little bit more about this book.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place
Sorry,
in the
everyone.
cosmos.
I just finished my beer.
Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Got my sights on you.
Yeah, fuck you too, ho.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out.
Yeah, I'm just sneaking around, saying. Is there like anything around here to steal? I'm guessing not. Okay.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Oh, cannery. Blah blah blah. Kinda don't want to read that.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven
Parvati.
because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on a...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You must be the town boss.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old Botanical Lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the Geothermal Plant. Reroute power from the Botanical District over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Tell me about the geothermal plant.
The Geothermal Plant was built by our owners, Spacer's Choice. Lit up the whole Vale once upon a time. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. All that power is going to waste.
You said this Botanical Lab was mostly abandoned. What did you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The Botanical Labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise. I never would have guessed.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the Botanical Labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame them for walking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the Botanical Lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. Sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Yeah, sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Cool. what we got for now. Let's
We
talk.
better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Hey, okay.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Figures, Reed doesn't exactly strike me as an honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it couldn't hurt worse stop by.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
I like your name. It's Indian. And named after a goddess. So, get out of my way, people.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
It's a church.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it.
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. I admit, I've been quite interested to make our outsider's acquaintance.
I haven't found your book yet.
Please, get it.
Of course, but I have something I wanted to ask you.
What would you like to discuss?
Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the powers that Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
It sounds like I got my work cut out for me. Thank you for your time.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season.
Dude, I already talked to you earlier.
The quickest way out of town.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
OSI scientist, I'm not very religious sounding. You sure you didn't just make all this up?
Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true.
I think I'm pretty much done here. Okay, let's see how to level this up. Okay, so we got that, so we're gonna apply it. Now we're gonna leave. Let's go. Yeah, let me talk to,
When I
the
was
dude.
little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Okay, wait, why is it telling me? Oh, was it inside there? I'm confused. Thought I was outside. I am so fucking confused on where this shit is. Where would this find it eventually? Unless there was something else in here, but I thought I had that mission only. Okay, this makes no fucking sense. Setup. Minecraft. It is active. I don't know why I did that. Whatever. Okay, let's let it go. Oh, like if it's up around this way, maybe. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go.
Incoming! I'm ready for this. We did it!
Oh shit. Give me that.
Okay, keep it quiet. Okay, here we go! You're hurt! Take cover!
Ah, fuck, I knew I was gonna die. Oh, fuck. I wasn't trying to go back in there. why, like, I asked him if he wants to play Borderlands 3, and he's like, yes, we can, and then it's like, how long are you gonna make me wait, like, all fucking night, and then you're gonna, like, fall asleep? Okay, let's do this again. Hi.
That's the last of them. Incoming!
Here, but at least she killed it. Am I carrying too much stuff? Definitely end up saving the game.
Got it. Inside voices.
Okay.
Not even a scratch. Got 'em all.
Where's that other one? Come on. One. Was it your bodies disappear or some shit, or I just can't see? Oh, that's a cool helmet. Like, we're gonna wait until we find a better looking outfit. Definitely gonna save game again.
All together.
There we go. That looks cool. Let's see what it says. Oh, I can sleep. Okay, that's cool.
Where are we headed?
You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean as a church?
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Let's get back.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
God damn. Okay.
Incoming!
What? Look for them. Where do you think they are? Probably where the blankets are. Because I needed to get to this little thing and you're not supposed to keep them on the dryer. I'm a fucking garbage.
Wow! You put those marauders in the dirt quicker than the masked marketeer. Teach me your ways.
Thanks, I guess. He's the Maxim Marketeer.
Only the most dashing champion of private enterprise ever to don a mask. Until I get my start, that is. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I needed to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you from Edgewater?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the Botanical Labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm impressed. How did you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of adrenatime, but I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that.
What? I have no idea. Oh my god, that. I don't know why you kinda just die, dude. Nothing there. Oh, a hunting rifle. That's what I need.
Everyone all right? Nice.
Okay, so let's level this up.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed says something about former workers living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
You and me both. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna repair my ship.
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
You could always go looking for her.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Any idea where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Any chance you could point me somewhere specific and not just out there?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
A beat, a little strange, love raises. Yeah, I met Zoe. She was in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, Marauder camp? Is she alright?
She's become one of them, calls herself the Queen of the Marauders.
Queen of the Marauders, huh? That's what comes of watching serials. Rots your gray. You could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some Marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
I've got questions about Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get on with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Let's change the subject. Bye. You know I was coming in here, bitches.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want to fix my ship.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Okay, gone quiet.
Okay, so... Okay, let's do it.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm trying to get my ship off the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I expect a fair price for my trouble.
I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day.
You mentioned 2 paths. What about the third?
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
I'll let you know if I can find, whatever.
Would you? I'd be grateful.
What the fuck? Ugh. That makes it where I don't even want to play now. 'Cause I don't think I even fucking saved it, did I? I'm just gonna end it here.